Hello YouTube, it's Lil Derek Comics back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 launch trailer. Now, I'm a big fan of Capcom games. I really love Street Fighter, and I like to play Mega Man from time to time, but I really love all the fighting games that Capcom has done. So I've played the Capcom Fighting Collection 1. I've also played the Street Fighter collection that they had a few years back once they kind of started all of these collections. And I played the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Those are all really good collections. I think if you're a fan of the old school type of Capcom games, you really love them. This is not a sponsored video, but I'm just gonna, watch through it and give my takes and opinions on it. And I have seen this before. I messed up a few times trying to record this, but I'm just trying to give y'all some more gaming content. Anyway, let me go ahead and get into this. Let's start it. So I'm just gonna let the video rock and talk about everything. I'll play it through one time and I'll go back and give some, analysis, I guess. So let's go ahead. So they give us eight legendary Capcom titles, right? So we got Project Justice right here, but it also comes with, Capcom versus SNK and Power Stone. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and Power Stone 2. Yo, this is sick. The Capcom Fighting Evolution looks really sick though. Plasma Sword looks amazing. This is what I want to play, like Street Fighter Alpha 2. No, I mean Alpha 3. Let's see, Capcom versus SNK. This is cool. Like the old intros to video games were like amazing. New features. Okay, let's look at the new features. Casual, rank, lobby, high score. So this is kind of like what they do in all of these collections with these modes. You see offline versus instruction, saving, training. Okay. New server, gallery, music, EX. All right. New grooves. A trio of titles arranged sounds. Okay, so this is another cool thing. Like you can listen to the music and everything. All right, Power Stone 2 looks interesting. Yo, this looks sick though. Project Justice. I want to say this is kind of like is this Rival Schools, right? Hold on, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that in a second. No, that combo looks. These combos look so sick. Boom, the spinning pile driver. Okay. Rekindle rivalries of the past and get ready to brawl. Okay. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Available now. So if you're interested, pick up the game. I'm gonna play it back one time. Let's see. Also, first off, I like the arcade cabinet in the middle of a boxing arena. I would say this is wild, but they do it on the Evo stage, if I'm not mistaken. So they were like it's something like that. I love the Ryu kind of. I don't know if these are necessarily boxing gloves, MMA gloves, the whatever gloves wraps whatever he wears, but and then I love the Fatal Fury hat. So let's see, but yeah, let's break down some things here. 8 legendary Capcom titles again. So I tried to mention, but let's break down all the titles they have in this collection. So we have the Capcom versus SNK, Capcom versus SNK 2, Capcom Fighting Evolution, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, and I think that's a game that hasn't come to the US. I'll take that out if it's not true, but I want to say that is a game that hasn't come to the US. Power Stone 1 and 2, Project Justice, and Plasma Sword, Nightmare of Bilstein, or that whatever that game is. Most of these games I've never played and never gotten a chance to play. A lot of these you really wouldn't have the opportunity to play. So it's really cool. Let's see which. This one is nice looking. Like, I like these old school 3D type of games. This one reminds me of those like PS2 kind of. If you ever played like One Piece Grand Adventure, now this is interesting. I really want to play this Capcom Fighting Evolution. It looks nice. Just hearing that parry and seeing Alex parry whatever this attack is. Pyron. Okay. It didn't even say parrying right here. I don't know if all the characters can parry, but that's sick if they can. Yo, and then he got the throw after it. That looks amazing. See, that's a nice combo. That's such a nice combo. All right. So let's talk about Street Fighter Alpha. I'm such a Street Fighter Alpha fan, dog. I think Street Fighter Alpha really helped me to get into Street Fighter. It was like the first one I really kind of played. I had it on my PS3 and I played it all the time. So to see this iteration of it, I don't know what all it comes with. Let me see what's different about Upper. So apparently the upper version has like some tweaks where like some of the bugs were taken out, but apparently it's kind of hated on because it's got like a lower or like higher frame input, like yeah, input delay. So I don't know. I'm interested to see it though. I really love Street Fighter Alpha. Now, see, this is a big part, right? That Capcom versus SNK 2, that's really the big part of this collection. So with these collections, Street Fighter, no, Capcom really feels like they've been like testing the water to see what games do well and just kind of it's to make some money off of old IPs, but it's also to kind of see how everybody's feeling about certain games. So if each one does well, they'll probably do more. Like this is like their fourth fighting collection that they've had, if you count the original Street Fighter collection that they had in like the PS4. It's really cool. They're probably thinking of doing some form of an SNK team up. There's also certain characters in these games that never show up in later Street Fighter games, but there's also characters that don't show up too much in the Street Fighter timeline nowadays, like Evil Ryu and stuff like that. But no, it's cool. Hopefully this does bring about a Capcom versus SNK 3. That would be really cool. Hopefully these collections lead to something a bit more modern because as fun as they are, it would be cool to see something a modern take on some of these old games. So, but this one looks sick. I really love the intro, like I said, where they're kind of taunting each other. And the new features, yeah. So, we got casual matches, ranked match, lobby matches, high score challenge. Those are just basic for most fighting games. But and these collections is kind of the standard. So this is nothing really new. Let's see what else they got. A myriad of modes to play your way. So we got offline versus training mode. And the training mode comes with what else does it come with? It comes with like the hit boxes and it shows you the frames on the moves and everything. Instruction cards, these are a really cool thing. It's kind of like if you ever had a game back in the day where you get it in the case and then it come with like a little a manual to it. This is basically what would come on the manual, or it would be on like the little arcade display. So I really love these. Instant saving and loading, these are pretty cool. It's like a autosave basically, which these games didn't really have back in the day. So new discoveries and play experiences, okay? So gallery, music player, EX settings. That's interesting. Yeah. So now a lot of this isn't new stuff. Okay, so they have like remixes on the songs. I think they've had that in a few of the fighting games, but it doesn't make it any less cool. That's still really 2K25 version 2K25. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I really like the remixes. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now this combo looks sick. This trailer is very well composed. Yeah, so that's pretty much, we done kind of broken down everything, but yeah, so what are my thoughts on this? I think it's really cool that Capcom is continuing the fighting collections. They're really cool. They're not full price games. I think they'll run you like 40 bucks. So, it's not the cheapest thing, especially for old games, but it's like for you to get a collection full of these retro titles, for them to have these retro titles, some of these they had to really like dig up and just like go in the backlogs and kind of touch up on these games. I think it's really cool what they're doing. Hopefully this does, like I said, hopefully this does lead to more, because this is basically a SNK Street Fighter collection, whereas the other one was a Street Fighter collection, or the Fighting Collection 1 was a general Capcom kind of fighter collection. I want to see more of this. Them bringing out these old titles that don't really get much shine nowadays, I think is really cool. I want more developers to do stuff like this, where it's like, I know we get a lot of remakes and stuff like that, but some of these blasts from the past, I think it would be cool to bring back. So yeah, these are basically my thoughts on the trailer. And if you want more gaming content, more Street Fighter related stuff, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to branch out and see what sticks on this channel. And the gaming stuff, the Marvel Rival stuff is done pretty decent, so I thought I'd try to step into Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter and some Capcom games, so yeah, let me know what you thought of the video. And are you gonna get the fighting collection? Do you already have it? Who's your favorite character? And what's your favorite game? What would you like me to cover on this channel? Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.